Hi everyone, my name is Amy Rivers and I'm an owner with ERS in Northern California, specifically in Rockland. And my goal here tonight is just to give you a very quick overview of the opportunity available with ERS, to give you enough information to decide if it's something you're interested perhaps in pursuing further, maybe setting up a meeting and speaking with somebody to get a little bit more detail. So I want to go over with you a few things in this presentation. I'm going to go as quickly as I can because I know sitting through a long presentation is never pleasant for anyone. So what I'm going to cover right now is just kind of who we are as an organization, or our overall mission, vision, and goals. The ERS 3x3 model that's really driving the growth of our company, and finally end with a quick overview of our sister company, which is ERS Life on the insurance side. So I'll start out with who we are. We are a revolutionary business dedicated to providing comprehensive services to our clients in the areas of real estate, mortgage, and insurance and retirement planning. So obviously neither of those three industries is revolutionary on their own, but to date no one has really successfully brought them all together in a cohesive way to offer a complete solution to their clients. So we believe we have done that, and with that we started out with a vision of really sparking a revolution in the way success is ultimately achieved in those three industries. We then developed a mission to unify and ultimately forever change the architecture of these industries. We created this 3x3 system, which ultimately became the vehicle that will ultimately facilitate our vision and accomplish our mission, and enable us to reach our long-term goals. Our goals are fairly simple. We're striving to become the first national real estate, mortgage, and insurance brand, very simply. If you think about it, there is no one brand that represents all three industries. You can think of several real estate companies on a national level, certainly many mortgage companies and many more insurance companies. However, to date, they have not been brought together and offered as a complete solution to clients. So we are doing that, and with that we plan to have an ERS branch in every major city in America. Pretty lofty goals, pretty exciting, but the question then becomes, how are we doing? Moving towards those goals. So the ERS concept was launched in August of 2012. So in the last 13 months, we've opened over 50 offices and hired over 2,000 agents and recruiters into the company. We have recently expanded outside of California and are rapidly introducing our business model and opening branches in numerous states across the country. You can see we have a growing representation in California, and we have expanded outside of California into Nevada and Utah and Oregon and Washington, into Hawaii, into Texas. We're in conversations with many groups in other states across the country. So the growth is certainly happening. It's an exciting time to be part of this organization. And the question always becomes, how is it that you are growing so quickly? And so we want to present it in a way that's as simple as possible. We offer what we call a 3x3 system. And what that means is, the first is we offer three distinct opportunities. Those opportunities being that of an agent, ultimately earning like a broker and becoming a builder, and then finally becoming an owner with our company. What's exciting is that you can engage in these three different levels of opportunity across three different trillion-dollar industries, that of real estate, mortgage, and insurance. So it's pretty simple. That's kind of who we are, and that's what we're offering, and that is what is really driving so much buzz around this company and excitement, and ultimately the growth that we've seen to date. So from our client's perspective, we see our job as being more than just selling a client a house or qualifying them for a mortgage. We're really striving to be the single resource to help them improve their future one transaction at a time, whether that transaction be a real estate transaction or perhaps a refinance or insurance or some retirement planning vehicle. We want to be who they turn to in every one of those circumstances. So for that reason, you know, we're really naturally forming kind of longer lasting, more significant relationships with our clients. We're becoming more of a trusted resource and partnering with them on the long term, because our relationship doesn't simply end when we close an escrow or fund a refinance. We are engaging with them over the years and meeting their needs across all the industries that we talked about. So with that being said, we believe there are many advantages and benefits to being an agent with our company. So if you are now an agent, either a real estate agent or perhaps a loan officer or even an insurance agent, we truly believe if your goal is simply to continue being an agent, we believe this is the best place for that. And there are a couple of reasons that we believe that so strongly. First is, quite simply, you have the ability to do more. So in any of those businesses, the most valuable thing you have is the relationship with your client. So it makes sense to leverage that relationship and offer them more services if that is something you choose to do. So as long as you're properly licensed, we allow our agents to operate across all three industries if they so choose. That isn't happening nearly as much as what is happening more so is really agents are kind of partnering strategically with colleagues or perhaps family members to form, kind of what we call a power team that includes a real estate, mortgage, and insurance person. And then they support their clients across all three industries and kind of refer each other and develop a little ecosystem where everyone is referring business within this team. So that becomes very powerful because you have more reasons to engage with your client on a variety of different levels. And each time you engage with them, you're deepening that relationship. Very basic bottom line is we believe this is one of the best places to do business because we charge so little. So in other words, you can do business here really inexpensively, and for that reason you can maintain a very low overhead for your business. We charge no mandatory monthly fees, no printing fees, no copying fees, no desk fees, no drop-in fees, nothing like that. There are no fees on a monthly basis, period. We offer very competitive splits, certainly on the real estate side. We talk to agents who are brand new all the way to very top producers, and we have very flexible splits to accommodate whatever your situation is. So on the mortgage side, obviously, we pay on basis points, and we have a very competitive comp plan there as well. We offer free training and very real support that you can depend on. I started my career in real estate and was with a very large company, and one of the reasons I joined is because it was shared with me that I would have a lot of support. True, there were a lot of people in the office, but I spent a lot of my time running around the office trying to connect with people and get questions answered. Here, the owners of our branches are in our branches every day. This is kind of our heart and soul. This is what we do. We support our agents. Again, the training once you're licensed is free. However, we also offer pre-license training on an accelerated basis in real estate and mortgage. That training is not free. However, it is reimbursed once you close your first transaction with our company. We then also allow you the ability to plug in to any of our growing network of offices. So if you're working with a client across town and you need to meet with them, or you need to pop in to print out a contract or whatever, you're welcome at any ERS branch as an agent with any of our branches, and you're able to utilize the resources in those branches as needed. And then also, above and beyond that, we have access to great technology, fully integrated CRM and websites, etc. So we have access to everything that's kind of cutting edge, and we maintain very low overhead for our agents. So that's typically where the conversation stops at most companies. You talk about splits, you talk about training, you talk about fees. What's exciting here is that's really where the conversation just gets started. So more than an agent, we truly give people the opportunity to build and earn like a broker. So if you're like me, when you started studying for your real estate exam, if you're in real estate, or even your NMLS license, when you decided to get into the mortgage industry, it probably occurred to you as you're understanding how the hierarchy works and how the organizations are put together, that ultimately the place to be is in the position of a broker, because then you're not just counting on trading your own personal time for money, but instead you're leveraging the efforts of a team. So here at ERS, we allow everyone in our organization that same opportunity. So this alone is what is really driving it is the fuel for the growth. Ultimately, everyone in our organization is incentivized to grow the company, and not only are they incentivized, they're really eager to help grow the company because they believe the opportunity is so powerful. So we offer you the ability to earn like a broker with no broker's license necessary. You become a strong team builder. You build your own office within our office or offices. So in other words, you can attract and recruit agents in real estate, mortgage, and even insurance and plug them into any one of our branches nationwide. And then you ultimately earn money from every transaction that any member of your team closes, no matter where they are in the United States. Pretty exciting. So wherever we have an office, if you know of an individual in any of one of those three industries and you can bring them to the organization, you can be compensated. I will say there's a caveat on that. In insurance, in order to earn like a broker on the insurance side, you actually need your insurance license. Interestingly enough, you do not need it on the real estate and mortgage side. So if you're a real estate agent, you don't need your mortgage license in order to build a team that includes loan officers and ultimately earn a bonus, a recruiting bonus for every transaction they close. But on the insurance side, you do. So you can really build a very strong, large, thriving, profitable organization and spare yourself the expense, the liability, and the administrative duties of being a broker. So it's really a great option. And here's a great case in point. One of our most successful agents to date kind of started out, took the traditional path, got his real estate license, began selling real estate, was fairly successful, but then decided to take the next step and get his NMLS license so that he could start doing loans. And when ERS introduced the team building concept, he quickly saw the opportunity and took advantage of it and basically called on some relationships with some real estate agents that he'd made over his real estate career, brought them to the company, introduced them to the opportunity, and ultimately went on to hire a team of 6 very active real estate agents. It was at that point that Sanjeev, who we're speaking about, decided, you know, I'm no longer going to sell real estate. I'm going to focus on being a loan officer. I'm tired of showing houses. I'm tired of doing home inspections. So I'm going to be a loan officer, and I'm going to support these agents that I brought into the company. So he has the right to earn their business on the loan side, which he has because he provides such exceptional service. And so he has built kind of a natural lead generation team that is feeding him leads on loans on a very regular basis. And then he also earns a recruiting bonus every time they close a transaction. Extremely powerful. So this is an individual in our company that quickly understood the power of this model and took full advantage of it. So we love to tell Sanjeev's story around here. From there, you have a true ownership opportunity with our company. So if you have the right background, you need a background in real estate, at least 2 to 3 years. Ideally, you have someone in your organization or on your team that has mortgage background and experience, but ultimately you can then open an ERS branch for us and leverage all 3 industries, real estate, mortgage, and insurance, as long as I said you are properly licensed, including an insurance license. So becoming an owner with our company is truly a lucrative proposition. So you have the ability to build your team and then open a location, help our company expand into new areas, capture market share, and continue to grow in new markets. And what's really exciting is you then can allow thousands of these builders, recruiters that we talked about, who are focused on growing the company, to plug agents directly into your branch. So as an owner for ERS, you are not the only one who is concerned with growing your company. You're not the only one recruiting for your business. You have a whole team of recruiters working on your behalf, because the recruiters can plug their agents into any branch that's convenient for the agent. So as a branch owner, I am not the only one who is recruiting to fill my branch. In fact, I just closed a transaction last week with an agent who was sent to me by another builder in our company. So very exciting, extremely powerful model, and ultimately as an owner you then get to leave a legacy for your family. So when we talk about this builder bonus pool, I want to give you a sense of what that looks like. There are going to be a lot of numbers come up here, and I'm going to go through it fairly quickly. I just want to give you an overall understanding so that you see it. It's very transparent. We are extremely transparent with how the money flows in our organization. So this is going to be an example of a builder and owner compensation plan on the real estate and mortgage side. On the insurance side, it's very similar, but a little bit different. So in this scenario, we're dealing with a $10,000 gross commission. So say perhaps on the real estate side, an agent sold a house for a little over $300,000, and they earned a $10,000 gross commission. So we'll say in this first scenario that this is a brand new agent to our company, just got their license, perhaps was given a lead by the company. They are brand new, so they are at a 50% split. So the first thing that happens is that the agent is compensated. They receive the $5,000. They pay their E&O insurance at the time of the transaction, as well as a 2% compliance fee. And that right there, as you see it, are the only fees here at ERS, period. That's it. Those are the only mandatory fees. So first thing that happens is the agent gets paid. The next thing that happens is you take the remaining company gross profit, which is $5,000, and you take 20% of that, in this case, which is $1,000, and that goes directly to pay for overhead at the branch where the agent lives, so to speak. So because that overhead is paid first, that is what allows us, because our overhead is kind of taken care of, that allows us to offer the desk space and the copier and the prints and everything without charging our agents, because we pay our overhead first. So you'll see it goes right down to the bottom to the owner's profit payout. The next thing that happens is we're left with $4,000. That $4,000 is split equally. First, $2,000 goes over to the builder bonus pool. So this is how our recruiters are paid in our organization. It's paid directly out of the profit from the company, and it goes into a profit share pool. And then depending on how large a team you have built, you then participate if you brought the agent to the company. So you, depending on how large a team you have built, you will receive anywhere from 25 all the way up to 75% of that $2,000. So anywhere from $500 to $1,500 on that transaction. The remaining $2,000 is then split again. 50% goes to the owner, bringing the owner payout to $2,000, and then the final 50% goes to corporate. So it's a very quick rundown, but again, we're very transparent around here. You'll notice on the builder profit share payout, there's it only goes to 75%, which leaves an additional 25%, and that basically just goes to generational overrides and bonuses and so forth. So we can certainly explain that in very deep detail, but we're not going to do that here this evening. So just to show you and explain that this applies to an agent at any level, so we're going to go through the same scenario, but this time with a more seasoned agent who's at an 80% split. So they've got some experience. They're closing business regularly at 80%. So the first thing that happens is that agent gets paid. They get paid their $8,000 minus their E&O and their 2% compliance fee. That leaves a remaining $2,000 company gross profit. First thing again happens is 20% goes to overhead for the branch, which goes directly down to the owner's profit payout, $400. Then the remaining $1,600 gets split equally, $800 to the builder pool, and then depending on the size of the team that the recruiter has built who brought that agent in, they will receive anywhere from $200 up to $600 on that transaction. And then the remaining $800 is divided equally between the owner and corporate. So that is how the money flows, and it's very straightforward, but sometimes it takes a number of times kind of seeing this process to really understand it, but we just wanted to give you a quick snapshot. So what that means is kind of the income potential for you. Personal production, which most of us are very familiar with, that's, you know, our bread and butter, is we're closing transactions on a daily basis, monthly basis. So the average agent, if you're going to close, say, 2 transactions per month on real estate, mortgage, or even insurance, you can kind of average out. income of about $10,000 per month. Over 12 months, it's $120,000 a year, so average of about $5,000 per transaction. If you add to that the team building potential income, and there's the asterisk explaining again that you must have an insurance license to collect team building income and insurance. But over time, if you were successful in recruiting 20 productive agents, either in real estate or mortgage, and if you have the proper insurance licensing, also in insurance, over time, you could expect to earn on average about $1,000 per agent, and let's say each of those agents was closing one transaction a month. That's $20,000 over 12 months, which equals an additional $240,000 a year. So essentially doubling your personal production income. And then finally, as an owner, with those same 20 agents, if I as an owner recruited them personally into my branch, I would be profiting on the team building side as well as the ownership side and generating about $720,000 a year. But beyond that, because we have all of these recruiters out recruiting agents in addition to my own recruiting efforts, we have unlimited marketing partnerships, so plug-in marketing, in other words, people plugging agents into my branch. So ideally, at one point, I will reach a level where we're around 100 producing agents. I'm going to earn less on the agents that I didn't personally recruit. However, about $2,000 an agent, so you're looking at about $200,000 per month, or $2.4 million a year. Pretty exciting opportunity. This is kind of what's drawing people by the droves right now. So it's a very exciting time to be part of this organization. So back in the spring, we launched our sister company, which is ERS Life. And ERS Life is an IMO, which means we're an independent marketing organization, and we represent over 30 of the most trusted and respected insurance carriers in the business, including most recently partnership with Nationwide Insurance, National Life Group, MetLife, and a variety of others. Again, all of these are very trusted and respected carriers in the insurance industry. So we as agents can represent products from all of these carriers. So because we work in real estate, mortgage, and insurance, we can be more competitive in our compensation really across the board, but particularly in insurance, we're very competitive in our compensation. When you look at our compensation up against any other IMO, we simply pay more. I can't be more straightforward than that. But essentially, the personal writing contract in insurance starts at 50%, and you can graduate all the way up to 100% depending on your level of production. And then you can participate in the builder profit share starting at 10% and again going all the way up to 100%. So this slide will look somewhat familiar. It looks similar to the previous slide where we were talking about real estate and real estate and mortgage, but this is on the insurance side. So just high-level overview. What I want to point out here is that the agent is paid on target premium, not on modal premium, which typically equates to a higher commission. Additionally, because we're an IMO and we have negotiated well, we are actually paying 120% out to the field. So the builder profit share, as you'll see, starts at 10%, goes all the way up to 100%, and that leaves us an additional 20% for generational overrides. So extremely powerful compensation plan on the insurance side. We are not a captive insurer or agency, so you can write insurance with us when you're with other organizations. But what we find is as soon as people engage with us, they write all their insurance with us because they simply have the opportunity to earn more when they write the insurance through our company. So again, a very high-level overview, and sometimes you see presentations and you find yourself asking, I wonder if this is really for me. So this is what I'll offer, is that as an agent, I believe this could be for you if you're ready to diversify and grow your business beyond your current level of personal production. If you're ready to kind of move beyond trading your own time for money. If you're excited about the possibility of building a business and leveraging the efforts of a team. If you are at heart an entrepreneur who is interested in more than just being a personal producer, then this is really going to speak to you. And finally, if you're excited about getting involved in helping an organization to grow nationwide, to be a significant member of a growing company and make a substantial impact, then this opportunity may likely appeal to you. So obviously, we've all been there. Sometimes even the greatest opportunities can be easily missed. I know I've missed my fair share, even when the signs are very clear. We believe that this opportunity is so compelling that you simply can't afford to miss it. So if you believe it's for you, if after hearing the overview you think it's something you'd like to explore further, then I encourage you to contact the individual that shared this presentation with you. Just reach out to them directly. You can always contact me. There's my contact information, and I can direct you back to the person who sent you this, or I can answer any questions you might have. So thanks so much for listening. We hope you will consider joining us. We're all very excited to be here, and thank you for your time. Thank you.